Rosalynn Smith was born in the small town of Plains, Georgia in 1927. Her next-door neighbor, a 3-year-old Jimmy Carter.
The first day Rosalynn was alive, I went over next door to look at the little girl who was a newborn baby on the street. So I've known her ever since the first day she was born.
The daughter of an auto mechanic, she faced tragedy at a young age.
My father died when I was 13. I was the oldest of 4 children. I had 2 brothers and a little sister 4 years old. My mother had never written a check. It was a difficult time for us, but I was put in charge of the little children, and that was hard.
She married Carter when she was 18 years old. While raising her 4 children, she campaigned for her husband to become the governor of Georgia and later the 39th president of the United States in 1977.
So help me God.
In her role as First Lady, she lobbied for more government help for people with mental illness and for senior citizens, and she actively supported the Equal Rights Amendment for women, which eventually failed. So did Jimmy Carter's re-election bid, suffering a bitter defeat to Ronald Reagan in 1980. The Carters then took on a new role as unofficial goodwill ambassadors. They opened the Carter Center, which sends monitors around the world to oversee elections. They met with leaders of nations hostile to the United States to encourage better dialogue and promote a greater respect for human rights. And the former First Lady led efforts to bring immunizations and health programs to communities in the Caribbean and Africa.
Most of the time, it's the first thing they have ever seen that was successful. And it's just so wonderful just to see the hope on their faces that something good is happening. I didn't mean to get emotional.
In her later years, championed the causes for caregivers and mental health support. For her decades of work, she and her husband were awarded the highest civilian honor in the U.S., the Presidential Medal of Freedom, work that she continued to do into her 90s. In 2021, the Carters celebrated their 75th wedding anniversary, the longest married presidential couple in the country's history.
And then along came Jimmy Carter, and my life's been an adventure ever since. Thank you. I love you.
A small-town woman whose compassion and influence spanned the globe, and because of her, lives around it were changed.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.